make a sculpture project, remember that a sculpture is an artwork that you can see from all sides, rather than a flat piece of artwork like a drawing or a painting or even a print. What we're going to do is use the art of origami, that's the Japanese art of folded paper, to create a house. And the house will be a 3D object, a sculpture that you can see from all sides. And I'm going to leave it to you to design what might be inside or outside the house. Right now, let's talk about building. What you're going to need is a square piece of paper. So if you're using regular sized paper, like from your printer, or if you have a pad of art paper, you need a square. And if you did the Kirigami lesson, remember to get a square piece of paper from a rectangle. You fold down one top corner down to the opposite side, crease it so it's even, and then you would just cut off this strip that's along the bottom. And then you'll wind up with a square piece of paper. This is fine. If you wanted to make it a colored paper, that's fine too. If you have someone in the house that is crafty or artsy and they make cards or scrapbook pages, or they just have some crafty paper around, a lot of times that is square. It's 12 by 12. It's a little bigger than the square you would make from a regular size paper, but either one will do. Let's see how to make our origami house. Remember, we're starting with a square paper. Pull the top side down to the bottom, and we're going to fold the paper in half with the fold on the top. I like to press in the center and then out to the sides. Keeping that folded part on top, we're going to fold the paper over like a book. Make a seam. That's going to show us the center of our paper. Now each of the outsides are going to fold to the center line. So the right side first, make a nice crease. Now fold the left side into the center line, make a nice crease again, and we have those 3 folds. We're going to work on the outside parts of our paper. I'm putting my finger inside, opening up that little book fold, and folding down to make a triangle. The center of the triangle lines up with the pages of that book there. These are going to be the fronts and the back of our house. Flip the whole thing over, and those 2 outside pieces just fold back to the center line. And that's all you need to do to make your origami house. It'll have a place for a front door, a back door, and 2 sides to make little rooms. Now that you've made your origami house, it's up to you to design it. I didn't want to make too many designs on mine because I want to see what ideas you come up with. But you'll see that you have a place to do a front and a back door, and there's 2 inside spaces for 2 rooms, or maybe you draw a line across the middle and you have an upstairs and a downstairs. Maybe you're making your dream house. Maybe you're showing me what your house looks like. Maybe your house will have a theme. Maybe it's a superhero house, or a fashion model house, or a clown house, or something like that. So if you want to have a theme, you can do something like that. So I just did a little quick drawing on the front of my first origami house. So I made the roof with little shingles and a window, a door to get in, a little plant outside. So you could do something like that for the outside. On the inside, maybe it's a game room. Maybe I'll draw a TV and a video game console and cool chairs on the floor to sit on, or some nice pictures or a window or something inside for this part of the house. If you chose the patterned paper, if someone at home had some craft paper, there aren't as many places to draw. So what you would want to do for the inside of your house is maybe make some little things that you would collage in there to show me what the inside of your house would look like. You still have an outside part. The roof is patterned, but you'd have a place to do a front door or a window or a welcome sign or whatever it is that you want to do on the front of your house. If you have index cards, they're really great for making things that will stand up for your house. So if there are some index cards around that family says, yeah, you can have a few of those and try to make some things for your house with them. They're nice because they're thicker, and if you make something that you want it to stand up and be 3-dimensional, it'll work really well. And they're very simple things that you can do. One thing that I did was I made a table. So all I did was I have a flat top and 2 folds down, and that can sit in my house and look like a table. Maybe also another thing you might want to do is stage it. That's arranging things in it or around it. With toys you might have, I have a little a Lego minifig of an artist, so maybe this is an artist's house and I can put her in there. I made a chair out of a little index card. So there's my chair for the house, and it just sits up. All I had to do to make the chair was I have a little strip of index card. I fold it in half. I fold it in half again, and that's it. That's the chair. I just open it back up, and I make sure the back sits up. So there's a fold, a fold, a fold, a fold, and that's all that I had to do for that chair. And these chairs could be colored. Maybe you make a pattern of what your furniture looks like. If this is an artist's house, maybe she's got a paint set and paper on the table. Or if it's just a family having dinner, you could draw what they're eating for dinner on the table. I also did a little collage tree. I cut the tree out of the index card. I made a tab at the bottom so it would stand. And then I used some green construction paper to make the leaves. I probably could have made this tab a little bigger to give it a little more balance, so it doesn't always stand up perfectly. Or I could tape it down to another piece of paper that maybe that is the boundary for my house. Oh, I thought I had it. One more time. One more time. Stand up for me, tree. There it is. All right, tree. And like I said, the inside of the house, you can't draw a lot of things if you use the pattern paper, but with an index card, I could make a little window and I could glue it inside there. I could make a little gallery of the artwork that the artist is working on, and I could put that inside there on the wall. So you can really do anything that you want with your house drawn, or with collage pieces, or with other toys that you might have that you want to add to make a little a scene. Oh, and the last thing I wanted to just mention is if your roof area kind of pops out a little bit, there's nothing wrong with taking a little glue stick, squeezing it, counting to 10, and then that little piece won't pop out, and it'll be pretty sturdy. So I hope I get to see soon what kind of origami house designs you make. I can't wait to see them. Thanks a lot.